Hi, I'm Rob Seltzer, the Aortic Chef. Welcome to this episode of the Aortic Kitchen. And with me is
Mindy Seltzer, the aortic dietitian, and today we are going to talk about
squash. As you can see, this is the fall season, the fall harvest, autumn, and one of the best things coming out of the gardens and from the farmers are winter squash, which differs from our summer squash. The winter squash is much hardier, has a thicker skin, and as a result, can, once picked, last all winter long. That's why it's called the winter squash, because it's not harvested in the winter, it's harvested in the fall. But it is a great storage vegetable. There are so many varieties. We have a few of them on the table. We're going to cook a couple of them today. And then afterwards, after our program tonight, there is going to be another file uploaded on everything about squash. Hold on, excuse me.
you too. A little bit on varieties of squash, how they're formed, and a little bit of nutrition on why squash is such a healthy food for you.
Excuse me, thank you for that. So we'll get started on that in just a minute. And before we get the show really going here, appreciate it. If you have the chat up, close that, hit that X, and then be sure you hit the like button underneath. So, because that's how we keep going here is by people liking and loving us. And if you want to put the ding the bell so you get reminders. And if there's that donate button, you can do that as well.
That would
As
be
we are
fabulous.
501c3 organization, and we work strictly on donations, and we're run by volunteers. So, different squash. Let's talk about a couple of these different winter squash. This is not a squash.
Really?
This is a pomegranate, but I am going to use it later tonight. So we had it in the bowl, and it's a pretty red. These two are both the same squash. They are from the same species, just different colors, and you often see them even in a dark green. Maybe that'll help you recognize what it is. What are these, Mindy?
Acorn squash.
Yes, these are acorn squash. This one's a little bit typical size. This one's a little small. They even come white. They come green. They have orange and green, mottled, colored, lots of different color. Wonderful, great for baking. They have an orange flesh that is kind of nutty and sweet when you roast it. And typically, the most common thing to do with acorn squash, because of this small size and the hollow interior, which most of them have, is they get stuffed. They like being stuffed with sausage and stuff.
So this squash looks the same as the acorn squash,
Color-wise,
color-wise, but the name of it is.
this is a delicata.
Why would this be called a delicata?
Well, it's pretty delicate.
Yeah. It's pretty light.
Yeah, and the meat is softer and sweet and wonderful. It's a very popular squash. This is one of my favorites. This is called the Hubbard squash. Like old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard, but they found a big squash. Okay, it has a dark orange flesh. It's not the sweetest. It's on the dry side, but it's really good for baking and doing a lot of making things out of it. They're all very, very versatile. But I do like the flavor of the Hubbard squash.
This squash looks like a Halloween pumpkin, but it isn't. It's a pie pumpkin. So it's not going to be hollow in the center. It's going to be firm and bake pies with this instead of hollowing it out for Halloween and putting a candle in it.
Right, it's what you find in the can when you buy pie pumpkin or solid pumpkin in the store, which, by the way, we're using some of that tonight as well. It's great. Canned pumpkin, if you just buy solid packed pumpkin, it is this particular product, this vegetable that is grown. Doesn't have as many seeds, and say it's all solid meat on the inside, which makes a great high yield for packing. And the stuff in the store is one of those few canned products that has no added salt, no added sugar. If you look at the can, it is just straight pumpkin. Buy solid packed pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filling. You buy filling, it's going to have added ingredients to it, but straight pumpkin. Now you can use that for making pies, for making muffins, for making soup, all sorts of things. So if you don't want to mess with the garden variety, you can just get the can and then move on with it, but for something that would call for a pureed pumpkin or squash. All right, it's a great product. So let's get this out of the way.
The pumpkin cans are not always 100% pumpkin. Occasionally, they will mix squash into it.
They have to say so on the label.
They
though,
do.
So,
Well,
makes
pumpkin is a squash,
yes,
so
but-
they don't have to. But anyway,
okay, label says pumpkin, and gosh. So,
we like to
first thing
argue.
we're gonna do here, let's talk about this, a different squash. And I'm gonna need a little hot pad
You want
here,
another one?
maybe. Maybe. Maybe I can do it without burning my arm. Look at
I'm
that.
trying to.
See? This is a kaboka squash. This is a Japanese squash. It is a member of the butternut squash family, buttercup. No,
Buttercup.
Excuse me, not butternut, buttercup, which looks like it. It's just a little bit flatter and rounder. Be sure you watch that presentation that's going up, and it'll explain all of that. So what we have to do with most squash and larges like this is take a knife in order to use them. We baked it. Okay, take a knife and cut around the top, which I have done already, but you just take a nice sharp little knife and cut all the way around. Now, when I start it, I make a notch because I want to use this lid. So I cut a little V notch here, okay, which you can see the way I did that. So I know where to put it when I want to put it back onto the squash. It fits without having to try to find out, because you never cut a perfect circle. So let's take that off. So inside here is a lovely orange flesh, which you just take your spoon and scrape down and around, and this is what you find. Okay. Now, this particular side dish or first course, something really nice to put on a buffet, we'll be serving there, is a combination. This is kaboka squash, which has a really nice uh, squash flavor. None of them are really sweet, but we're going to mix in some goat cheese. This is about 4 ounces of goat cheese, fresh. You can use a honey goat. You could use an herb goat, whatever you like.
We had this in Miami,
And
South Beach.
mix that into the hot squash.
It was fantastic. And we've been making
This ever since.
since.
That was the year we went to Cuba
It was.
after Mindy went to the hospital. Yeah, that's another story. Leave it to say, but she ended up in Cuba in a cast. And so we mix the goat cheese and the squash. Okay, so we get a nice little mixture here. And then we add fresh arugula. Now, this is hot enough. It's not quite hot enough. Comes right out of the oven. The arugula will wilt as you stir it into the hot squash. What you doing?
Just keeping it from falling off.
Okay. It looks kind of messy, but if it's really right out of the oven, steamy, steamy hot.
I think what we could do is put it back in the oven while you're making the dressing.
Okay, we can. But this is all going to wilt.
Would you like
And
more?
the combination, yes, of the goat cheese and the kind of sweet squash, and then you have your bitter arugula. Now, this is a more mature arugula. Typically, you buy the baby arugula often in the store, but this is a
This was
farm-grown.
so fresh, it's still sweet. It doesn't have
Yes,
a real
it's-
bitter
It's
taste.
got that lovely arugula flavor. Okay, I think we're looking pretty good here. We don't need all of that.
Okay. Put the rest away.
We're gonna stir that in. All right. And then once you make this is something that if you're doing it for friends and such, it's nice table side, and then you can serve it out, or you can leave it in the squash and serve it right from, on a buffet or something for
And
the
if-
holidays.
As we said before, it didn't have a lot of meat. So you could make it individual for each person and serve it
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to
as a
do it,
dish.
you don't have to do it in the squash itself.
But the
You can mix them both.
presentation's so
Yeah,
good.
it's very nice, and
It's so
we can
pretty.
put some more. Actually, we could take some of that arugula, the
Mhm.
extra.
It's in the fridge.
Okay, let's just pop some on top real quick. Quick,
Yes, yes, yes,
like a
yes,
bunny.
yes. Fast, fast, fast. Hop, hop, hop.
Like
It's that
one bear.
spring.
Quick like a bunny. So when you pull it out, you've got that nice, beautiful cover of green with a surprise of that lovely
Underneath.
squash underneath. Okay. There you go. Or you can do that one, but it's nice to have it warm. See, this isn't even that hot.
Yep.
Open the oven,
I
please.
will step back so I can open all the way.
Don't need to.
Hmm.
I'm always good. So we're gonna go ahead and raise that a little bit.
There you go.
How that goes. All right, so there's one easy dish. Now, what do we do with the kaboka squash? We put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes. And I'd cut the lid already, and then we just put it in the oven for about 45 minutes. And all you gotta do is take a knife and pierce the skin, pierce the side of it. And if it goes through easily, it's done, which it was. When it came out, then remove the lid and took out all the seeds in there, just like cleaning a pumpkin that you do at Halloween. But it's much easier to do once it's already baked rather than trying to scrape it out while it is raw. But
And
you can do it either way. But I like to do that once
You
it's
don't have to, you could cook it al dente. It'll make it a little easier to scrape and you won't go through the walls.
okay. So next, Mindy's going to try her hand.
I think you need to make the dressing, don't you?
That'll be for that dish. Yes. So here, excuse me. This is another wonderful side dish.
So
Whoop,
are we out?
no,
Okay.
we're just having a little technical difficulty here. Okay.
I may be using the stovetop.
Oh, my fault.
User error?
Yes. User error.
Okay.
There we go.
So one of the things that we did when we made this dish is, did we use the squash last week? The
Yes, we used part of it. We bought a
So,
really large.
large squash. So what we did is we sliced it into strips so that we could use it some other time, whether we wanted to bake it, broil it, and we decided to bake it and cut it into cubes and use it for this dish
So where's your sugar, by the way?
in the
Oh, it's in there.
vinegar
Okay.
already.
All right. So this is gonna be a side dish, or a hot salad, and it is the butternut squash, which has been roasted. I enjoy roasting butternut squash, all the squashes, because they get sweet and nutty, brings out all those sugars and everything, rather than, you can steam them, you can boil them, you can saute them, you can microwave them. They're all great for microwaving, but you get more flavor development from vegetables and fruits that are going to cook by roasting. It's probably the best chef method for doing that. Yes, we need to put a little olive oil in the pan. Okay.
You want to put the squash in first, or would you like to do the
So
vegetables?
you do the squash first.
So if you notice the squash, I browned it up a little bit in the oven.
Mhm.
You could just cook it all in the pan. And squash is just one of my favorites. I don't know if I told the story. Squash has a lot of vitamin A and carotene in it, similar to carrots. I think if you eat too much, it may do the same thing as eating a pound of carrots every day. If you ate that, and your eyes will actually turn yellow, the whites of your eyes, and it'll go away when you stop eating the carrots. So don't overconsume, but you can consume plenty. So I'm just taking these and warming it up. And if you notice, they're browning a little bit more. And I turned it into cubes. You could do it in slices or cubes. That is whatever your preference is. We just made it cubes for easy consumption. I also roasted the nuts a little bit earlier, and we cooked the beans yesterday, rinsed them, and have them just so they're clear. So do you want me to add the kale right now? Or the nuts?
Once the squash is ready,
Okay.
are the nuts toasted?
I toasted the nuts earlier.
So then, once the squash is hot and ready to go.
Nice, browning nicely.
Okay.
And the kale is in front of you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. You like me to help?
Just so you notice the difference between the arugula and the kale. The kale are smooth leaves, where the arugula is going to have weighty edges.
Well, the edges are, yes, these are scalloped a little bit, but the arugula is longer and more irregular. So,
more like an oak leaf shape.
so this is a quick, you can use more mature kale. And he's going to toss, toss, toss.
I don't
Now,
flip.
one of the way originally it's often been done is we just saute the kale and the nuts, and then put it down and put the squash on top. But I think to saute it all together is better. So, but he's just got to work for a minute and get everything to.
We can do it the lazy way and put a lid on it.
That's true too, or just a little bit of steam and water will work well too. But it's already starting to fall. There we go. I'll give you a little bit of water. Let's steam it. Just a touch.
Too much.
I need to do the pomegranate for you, right?
We do. How? It's getting pretty hot. I got to turn it down a little bit.
Well, that you can do.
And if you see, you can hear it sizzling because of the water, and it looks like it's almost done here.
Okay. You got the rest of your kale.
I don't know if you need to really ask. Go right ahead.
There you go. This thing goes like spinach.
You end up with not much
Thought you
left.
put 4 leaves in there by the time you're done. All right.
Now, as soon as this is wilted to the point I like it, I'm going to turn off the heat. Yeah, I think I'm just going to turn off the heat. Thank you.
We have some walnuts.
Chopped into nice sized chunks, not very fine.
We have some beans, any kind. There's about a cup of these are.
They look like kidney beans.
No, these are not Appaloosas. My brain's not
They're
working.
brown beans.
You can use anything you want. If you look like a cow, they have brown with white spots.
We did.
So, yeah, when you cook, the white spots tend to go away. Put all that together.
Okay. And then
Now,
we might have to stir that a little bit.
I am already.
Okay. What I did earlier is I took wine vinegar, and this recipe calls for the wine vinegar and sugar. So I added the sugar to the vinegar earlier so it would.
So this is an agrodolce, sweet sour in Italian.
So the sugar went in it, and it made it very thin, so it would go evenly over everything.
Okay. And that's lovely. So if you want, you can actually bring that over to the stove.
I will do that.
Take the stove to the stove.
I will take the stove to the stove.
Okay. We're just gonna let that sit for a minute. Now this is garnished with a pomegranate.
I'm going to keep stirring it so it doesn't
really
overcook.
nice. Couple different methods to deal with the pomegranate. Pomegranate really is obviously not a squash, but they're wonderful. They're full of antioxidants. Most of us drink pomegranate juice, and
such a wonderful color.
Right, and then but inside where the seed pods are, because these are the little things inside are not actually the seeds, but let's start here. We have this is the end that grew on the tree, okay? And this is the end where the flower came from. So we're going to cut on the flower end, and I'm just going to gently, I'm not cutting all the way through, just cutting around with my knife, making just, 1/8 of an inch or so cut. Hopefully I'll be even and end up at the same spot that I started. Yep, there we go. Okay. I'm going to grab that part and just, you see how it all just peels. I'll do it with my right hand. And this just peels right back. Come Okay, Mindy,
It's not you.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't want to
fall.
mop the floor.
right. So that whole lid just pops right off that we just did. And Mindy can just push those little seeds off of there. And then there is a little center here. Now, easy way, you notice there's sections like an orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to go down just to the bottom, not to the center, but just to the bottom of the curve, like I'm sectioning an orange.
He's going to make it look like an open flower.
Right. So we just make that cut through the skin, 2/3 of the way down. I'm demoing nice and slow.
If you go by the camera without your hand in the
Hi,
way, they
honey.
can see.
I know they can see me in the front too. Thank you for being a director.
I am.
Yeah.
It's a right-handed job.
The whole world's right-handed.
I
Do you
know.
feel me, lefties out there? Do you feel me? Okay, so I made those, and now I can start just pulling back
And it
where I
squirts.
made the cuts.
They're juicy.
And you see, it all just comes apart. Take the top center
The
part,
core.
dip it in there, the core. Okay,
And as you do this, the membrane, if you get it in the water, don't worry about it because it's going to float.
right. Okay, we can separate each of these little ones I did. Now you can do this much faster. Now, I have my trusty spoon here because what you really need to do is just spank this baby. Didn't we do this right now? Oh, wait, I'm not going to talk about that.
You need a harder spoon, dear?
Nope.
Okay.
Or you can, if you wish. That's too much trouble. You can take them off individually or pieces here.
Or put it on a large grate.
Yes. And then just hold it in your hand.
So while he's
and
doing that, I'm going to let him smack it and I'm just going to shake them out. Can you put them in the water, please?
okay. And see, most of them are out. You can come back and do that. They're kind of a pain to do. It's work. But these little pearls, the seeds are inside those.
So while you're
Busy doing
doing
this.
it, making the dressing, I
I
will
already made the
finish.
dressing. That was for the other dish, actually.
Oh, sorry. So
Okay, we have enough here. I think
I
you
know.
guys get the idea.
And I
Okay.
will, there's not very much left in here.
Oh, okay.
And I would just leave them in here for now.
As Mindy said, all the
Membranes.
membranes just float. So you can just take your hands and take those out of the water. We're really not losing much juice. Saw a video, one guy, now he said you can do the same thing, just you don't cut it and smash the heck out of it, jam a straw into it and just drink the juice out.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
That's pretty cool. So I don't know if any of you have eaten the Peps, but they're crunchy and wonderful.
They are now packaged in most
Yeah, you can buy them.
markets in little 1-cup cartons already peeled and ready
Right.
to use.
So here's our pomegranate Peps. And they just have a mind of their own and tend to run everywhere.
They are.
So that's the way
You get the mop job today.
Okay, I got one little Pep on the floor, but you're walking it on your
I
side.
am.
Yes.
You
Okay.
got
So you
more
see,
than that.
there's our seeds. Now, what are we gonna do with these? These are garnish. They're wonderful in salads. They're healthy for you. You get all those antioxidants and such, the benefits. So if Mindy wants to serve up her, her little salad there,
I will do
and
that.
you're gonna sprinkle some of those on top and bring it back over to the table.
I can do it this way,
Okay.
and then we'll bring it back over to the table.
How about I hold it for you?
That would be fantastic, dear. Thank you.
Teamwork with our backs to the camera.
My
So
back-
professional.
My hips to the camera, not my back.
Oh,
Huh.
no wonder we say that either.
Behave.
'Cause I want to, yeah.
You want to have a good night, dear?
Yeah. Why should this night be different from all of them?
That's in the
So,
spring, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna take this lovely clean sponge.
And
and just
pomegranate is also one of the fruits you use for the new year,
Jewish.
for the Jewish New Year.
Yes.
And
Fingers and spoons.
it's okay, I'll just sprinkle
That's gonna be
it.
too many. Okay.
And there you go.
Looks like Christmas. Wouldn't that be nice on a Christmas table? Red and green and gold, you know? It's a lovely, lovely dish. All right, we'll put that to the side. Let's bring out my other one. We'll finish that. Yes, please.
And stuff to the side, sir.
Well, that's going to get served actually.
Right in what it's in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Close.
Push the rack in.
Oh, I didn't.
Thank you.
Okay. See, there we go. Nice. Now, we did make a little dressing to put on there, but you can toss if you wish. I've eaten it both ways. I like it with or without the dressing because the squash and everything does, the goat cheese gives enough flavor, but you can use
Do you
it's
want
just a little
How
vinaigrette.
about we put it in a little plate
Okay.
so it's more visible?
It's a vinaigrette with a little,
We're gonna switch sides.
it's got some mint and oregano and pepper, olive oil and red wine vinegar, and that you could toss your arugula with before. So now we
And I'm
can,
gonna let you serve it.
okay, I'm gonna take this and I want to mix that in a little bit. Okay.
There you go.
Side there.
Beautiful.
There we go. Nice. See? I was gonna go for one more.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice color.
So you
No.
put this on the buffet just like that. And then be.
Now,
with it.
have you seen any really large kombucha?
I've seen them about twice the size of this, but not as much because it's the buttercup is the larger parent actually.
Correct.
These are hybridized down from buttercup,
So the
which can be
buttercup
bigger.
would be as size of the
This
plate.
just and about as flat too. So let's
Same
put this
height,
back
just
in the
wider.
oven for now.
Oh,
Okay. All right, so we have two of our three. I got one more for you. If you grab that from the refrigerator, please.
I will.
I have to do something with my blender now every time. I love my high-speed blender. Okay. We're going to make a quick pumpkin freeze. So this is basically, here, I'll just switch this. You
I can.
hold
Just
this.
hold on a minute.
Just hold it. There. I can put this over here.
And there's this, and you need a measuring spoon,
No, everything here goes in.
except vanilla.
I'll just do a little dribble.
Ah,
So
It-
we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingredients, and we're gonna really 7 if we include the ice. I've done some of these before on the program. These are little instant ice creams, but the only thing that is necessary to have is you have to have a high-speed blender. I mean, you can try this with your basic home style blender, but they may get a little bound up with all the ice. We're gonna put 3 cups of ice
are
in
you
here.
missing an ingredient out there?
The ice.
Ah,
I know, I know where it is. So you may want to have to break it up because these are made for commercial and, thank you. So we have 6 ingredients. Very important that you load the blender in the order that the ingredients are listed in the recipe that I will be posting in the files on Facebook in the support page. Okay. So I have here 2 tablespoons of milk and 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, which the cream, they're supposed to go milk first,
Good.
followed by cream cheese. Then the pumpkin. If I may need a spoon to
I
get
got one for you. Here we go.
Okay. You have a spatula. And this way it will liquefy and blend. If you don't do it the right way, it's all going to sit there and nothing's going to happen. And it may
Do
that
that
may still
anyway.
happen anyways, right? Brown sugar. This is an ice cream. Oh boy.
It's
See.
cold.
Yeah, I know. Then you put it in the fridge. Well, it's supposed to be packed, so I'll unpack it a little bit. How's that? Lovely. Okay,
Chunk right.
that's okay. That's why we have a blender. It wasn't that hard. Okay, got it. And we're going to sprinkle our bit of vanilla. It costs for a teaspoon, but you know what? There's never,
As long as it is a pure vanilla.
I was taught a long time ago, you never overdo vanilla.
I thought was
And
interesting
this is pie spice, pumpkin pie spice.
when I went to the store to buy my replacement vanilla, they had a large jar of vanilla paste.
Yes, vanilla paste is wonderful.
I almost bought it.
Professional bakers use it a lot.
I almost bought it.
Okay, now, yes, ice on top of that. This is 3 cups of ice. Lid on, always. Start low and slow. We're going to do the ice. Icy. Okay.
Mhm.
And slowly. Okay. Set enough. And that is, you don't want to over mix in these blenders because your ice cream will melt. See, I was thinking of using that dish, but that's okay.
Fine.
Doesn't matter. It's all right.
We can use both.
Oh, see, we have a nice freeze, our pumpkin freeze right here.
Can I lick it? Is it like licking the spoon?
And this is really nice. Look at this scoopable.
Perfect.
Hey, there we go. Now I could take this out and even put it into a pastry bag and squeeze it out so it would look nice like soft serve. Oop. Have a, just do the one.
Okay.
And we'll put the rest back in the freezer. If I have room, which I don't. Okay, we're gonna have dessert first tonight.
Here, I will take it and put it in the container.
There you go. There you go. I'll
Thank
just
you.
put it in the other cup. So see how fast that was? That pumpkin freeze? Really quick and easy, excuse me. I'm gonna put a little bit of cinnamon sugar right on top. Oh, and I do have the perfect garnish for it. Oh my gosh. I forgot, but I had some treats in my closet. So
Absolutely.
afterthought here, but this is a really good afterthought. Okay. I have some Swedish ginger snaps. Look at these. Boy, wasn't that good? Like how I did that?
Marvelous, dear. Just
Oh no, I spilled the
marvelous.
cookies all over the table.
I said marvelous, absolutely marvelous.
Right.
I've dropped enough stuff tonight.
Oh,
Just got to
now
catch
we
up
have a
with me.
lovely, it's waving at you. Okay. We have our pumpkin freeze. And we
Let us start with our
dishes. Our arugula and squash goat cheese salad,
followed by
and our warm. This is the butternut squash with arugula and pine and pomegranate as well, with an agua dulce, sweet and sour. All done in, gosh, just over 30 minutes. We made all of this, okay? Except for the baking time to get the squash done.
And one thing you could do, like we did, is bake the squash even the day before.
Right.
And let it cool down, take care of it, and then finish baking it the next day.
This does not have to all be done at once, and that is a great point. Squash is one of those great pre-prep items that you can go ahead and, do advanced work, so you don't have to tire yourself out all day in the kitchen, or if you're baking dinner, doing something the night before, you can, throw a squash in the oven while you roast your chicken or whatever else, or heating up your pizza, doesn't matter. Or just throw it in the microwave. You'll see the great one for that is Mindy's favorite spaghetti squash. You just cut that baby in half, put it in a dish upside down, put it in the microwave, and it's great. You'll see that in our slideshow. So I'm out of words.
All right. Well, let's say hi to the chat.
Yeah.
We've got please and thank you. They say, this is the first live that I've caught all week. Molly says, hi, please and thank you. She also says, oh my God, pomegranate hack. Terry says, hi all. Molly asks, what are the nutritional benefits of pomegranate?
High antioxidants. It's like any other red fruit.
The anthocyanins in it carry lots of antioxidants.
Do you have to eat a lot of it?
Drink a lot of it.
Don't overdo it. It's like cranberries in the sense that it's healthy for you, but it does have quite a bit of sugar in it.
Okay. Molly says, pumpkin freeze looks so yummy. Well done.
Thank you. And that was canned pumpkin. So that's all you got to do. Pumpkin, ice, milk, cheese, sugar, and you can adjust it any way you want. If you don't like the full pumpkin pie spice, make your own. Some people
now, my mother
like nutmeg.
What would my mother ask for?
She would say more ginger. I thought about making this with our fresh ground ginger that I have in the freezer.
Ginger and nutmeg,
yes.
Which we all went, no,
nutmeg.
Snap.
So, I want to dip that out and eat it. So, all right. Oh, I want to thank all you guys for joining us tonight. Again, please watch for our slideshow and look for other squash recipes. I have some others in my file. I may load up a few extras for the season. Our next show will be technically on the 23rd of October, and we haven't quite decided, but it'll probably have something to do with getting prepared for Thanksgiving. So give you a month.
Maybe a leaner, meaner Thanksgiving.
Maybe, who knows? All right.
So Thanksgiving.
I'm Rob Seltzer, the Aortic Chef, and this is
Mindy Seltzer, the Aortic Dietitian.
And we want to thank you for joining us on behalf of Aortic Hope, a 501c3 dedicated to making lives better for the survivors and those living with aortic disease. And thank you very much for joining us, and squash on.